Who is the best punk rock band of all time? We're going to find out here in a second. I'm Miles.
And I'm Mike.
Welcome to the Riff Circle. Folks, this is a fun one. I have been dying to record this one. We are going
It's
to
going to be
get
good.
to the bottom of who is the best punk rock band of all time. We have a college style elimination bracket that we're going to go through. I'm going to share my screen in a second. Mike, I got a Voodoo Ranger New Belgium. Look at this
I like
guy.
it. I
It
like it.
fits like I'm trying to channel who I want to win. Bad Religion hat, Bad Religion sweatshirt. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
We're gonna randomize. We have 16 bands. Painstakingly had to narrow this down to make the bracket work.
This was tough.
That was
This was
painful.
tough.
We had to eliminate some of our favorites. If you do not see a band on this list, it's because we had to narrow the bracket down to only 16. It was so painful that we're going to do another episode on like the next phase, like the
Yeah.
next tier of punk rock bands. Let's switch to the bracket and we'll kick things off.
All right, and I'm drinking tonight some Buffalo Trace here, and I've
Ooh.
got my Stooges shirt, my Misfits hat. I've got the autographed Descendents poster behind me, so I'm ready. I'm ready to jump into some punk debates here.
Okay, I love that setup. You got actually a nice setup there. So how this is going to work? This is the rules here, folks. Okay, you see the bracket. We're going to go through one duo at a time, and we're going to kind of talk about who we think should advance. If
Yep.
Mike and I cannot agree on one, we're going to go and we're going to ask our friend AI and say, all right, tie break this for us. This has
see.
been randomized. So when we made this bracket, completely randomized. And look, folks, okay, this is just fun. So just relax. Okay, grab. If
Yep.
you're watching this in the morning, grab a coffee. If you're watching this at night, grab a beer and just relax. Okay, this isn't the end all be all. This is just two guys having fun. If your favorite band loses right off the bat, just chill and let us know in the comments why they should have progressed. All right, Mike,
Yes.
let's launch into this.
All right, let's do
Number
it.
one, Circle Jerks versus Ramones. Kick us
Circle
off.
jerk. Wow, is it starting us with a tough one here?
Oh, I know.
I feel like the correct answer is Ramones.
Yep.
Although I'm definitely a much larger Circle Jerks fan than I am a Ramones fan. I know some people will strongly disagree with me on that one.
Yep.
But that's definitely the direction I lean in. But I feel like from the era and what they did and who they are, I feel like I have to go Ramones. I feel like the name is just too big to not say Ramones.
Now, here's the thing. I'm exactly identical to you on this one. I would rather throw a Circle Jerks record on any day of the week. Here's the reason why. I'm going to be honest with everybody. The Ramones just don't do it for me.
Wow.
They just don't. Okay, if I ever hear Blitzkrieg Bop again, I'll jump out of a window. I don't need to hear that song at all. And then the other song on that album off their debut, I Want to Be Your Boyfriend, is one of the worst punk songs of all time. Here's the issue with
Wow.
this band. My issue with them. I'm going to get slaughtered in the comments right off the rip. I'm also not a Beatles fan, okay? I get what they did. Okay, I respect what they did. I'm just not a huge... And the Ramones were huge Paul McCartney fans, okay? So I Want to Be Your Boyfriend is like just straight Paul McCartney rip. Their first album doesn't do it for me. Now,
Hot take.
It's a hot take. This is where it gets interesting, Mike. Do we go with what we know is the correct answer for the populace or what we... So oftentimes when we do rankings on this show, we always fight ourselves with, is it best of or our favorites? I think we should put Circle Jerks up one.
I mean, if we're saying if we're going on this now as to what our opinion is as to who our favorites are as we go through here,
Yes.
I would have to agree. Well, I think Ramones would probably beat some of the other bands on this list had they were partnered up against them.
Definitely would.
In this matchup, I would have to go Circle Jerks as I'm definitely a large Circle Jerks fan, so it's hard for me to not accept them.
Here's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to put Circle Jerks up one, acknowledging that, yes, the Ramones have laid a bigger, better foundation. And I know they're better than the songs I mentioned. They have a stripped, raw sound. And I'm not taking anything away. We're just having fun here. But we're going to put Circle Jerks ahead. Okay?
All
We'll
right.
see. We'll see what happens in the comments on that one. All right, Bad Brains versus Sex Pistols. Ooh, another crazy one. Here's my. I'm going to start us off on this one because my knock against the Sex Pistols has always been one and done.
Mm.
And as a bass player myself, Sid Vicious is the most overrated musician probably of all time. Probably. He barely showed up on
Yep.
that album. He just played in here and there. He was more like just kind of like the guy that got the attention. He had the X factor on stage, that personal life drama, that chaos that really like, went with the brand.
Mm.
What do you think on this one?
I mean, so well, that sounds like a hot take. I think that's a very accurate take. And again, I agree with you on that. And for anybody that's been watching our channel now for our short period that we've been up, I think we'll know pretty quickly which one of these answers is mine. I'm a massive Bad Brains fan, like a top tier punk band for me, probably top five. So there's no way I could put many bands above them. The just influence that they've had, the mashup of genres of hardcore, punk, reggae, like it's just a perfect band that fits so many moods, and they've got so many albums that I just absolutely love. Deeper discography than Sex Pistols have. While Sex Pistols is obviously extremely important in the genre, bad for me, it's definitely Bad Brains. There's
Listen,
few bands on this list that are
yeah.
going to be beating Bad Brains for me.
Never mind the bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols, right? That album, it is phenomenal. It's great. It's a
Yeah,
great
it's
album.
good. I just
I
picked up the
think
Rhino Hi-Fi. Just picked up the Rhino Hi-Fi of it. Yeah.
I do think the brand of the band got bigger than the actual output of the band.
Mm,
Like the name, the characters on stage, Johnny Rotten, Sid Vicious, the death. I mean, it was all ripe. And I think it's sometimes I'm gonna get slaughtered in the comments. I think sometimes it
they
gets
already
blown
all hate
out.
you.
I know.
It's like,
We're going
it's
bad
like, here we
brains,
go.
folks. Okay, this is the same thing as Ramones and Circle Jerks. I think
Yeah.
if someone put a gun to my head and said, "Who's a bigger influential band?" The Sex Pistols were huge. They still sell well. Their clothing, the brand sells amazingly. But
Yeah.
we're going bad brains here. Another tough one here: Rancid versus the Clash.
Ugh, yeah. Yeah. Man, they really stacked these
God.
against us on some of these choices. They did.
Uh, you know, I, why don't you start us off on this one, Mike? How are you feeling on this matchup? Oh, what? Let me add one thing before you start. For this bracket, we put Operation Ivy in with Rancid as one thing. So if you're like, where the hell's
Mm,
Operation Ivy? For all intents purposes, again, we had to limit this list. They're one and the same with Rancid. We know they're not identical, but basically they're the same. So go ahead. What do you think of the matchup?
this is a really tough one.
It's as
Um,
brutal.
of the like foundational punk bands, when we look at Ramones, Sex Pistols, Clash is definitely my favorite of all of them.
Me too.
Um, it's hard for me to rank many bands above them. Personal preference. This is where it becomes tough because
I
personal preference.
know.
I've definitely listened to more Rancid
Same.
than
Same.
I have Clash. Just I can put Rancid on any day, any time.
And I
I don't
love
do the
it.
same with Clash. But
I
then we look at
know.
things like man, London Calling.
That is one of the greatest punk rock songs of all time.
The
That
album
song
is
never
is
misses.
incredible.
Every time,
Absolutely incredible.
yeah, and the title track. Every time I put that song on, I'm like, I never skip it ever, and I've heard it a million times.
Man, but then it's like, but I think about like Rancid, I think about Let's Go and
Out Come
like
the Wolves.
life changing album for
I
me.
know.
Um,
In our
but
formidable years when we're being molded and crafted in high school,
this might be the hardest choice
this
on
is
the
a
list
tough
on this list
one.
for me. This one might be the hardest one.
I
Um, Man, I think I have to go Clash. I think I have to go Clash. As much as it pains me deeply to not say Rancid because of my nostalgic attachment to Rancid. I Clash has lasted time, has, it stood the test of time.
Yep.
They're a band that just is so inspirational to so many.
Yep.
Again, with the genre changes, they're not unlike the Ramones and the Sex Pistols, which can become a little bit of the same as you listen through them.
Yeah.
Clash's discography changes up.
It
Their
does.
songs change up.
They
They've
have
got so
some. They
much
have some
more.
reach.
Yeah, so much more variety mixed in. They've
Yep.
got incredible live albums,
They're
a
the whole
ton of fun.
package,
They fit
really.
they
They're
fit
the
so
whole
many different
package.
moods, and a great intro band into people that are like, I don't know if I like punk. What should I listen to? I want to listen to something that's influential. They're probably the one I'd recommend first before
100%.
Ramones or Sex Pistols. You have to have Clash to have Rancid. I have to go Clash.
Clash is just an absolute force. It
It's
was
it's
it was a feel bad, but
yeah,
I think we made the right pick.
yeah, I
Okay,
think so.
Fugazi versus the Stooges.
Man, do I love Fugazi? I do, but I'm a Stooges guy. I put the Stooges on all the time. I love Iggy Pop. I got the shirt on. It would be a fool of me to not pick the band that I'm wearing the shirt for right
I
now.
know.
I again, I love Fugazi, love Minor Threat, love that whole scene, Bad Brains, everything that happened in that time period topic. But the Stooges, I have to go Stooges. Gotta go
Yeah.
Stooges.
This one hurts me. I like Fugazi, I think more, but it's gonna be another Rancid Clash for me. Stooges are they gotta be one of the first ever to do it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
their songs
60s.
are actually just sick. What I like about Fugazi is what they bring to the table is they're not this just straight stripped down raw, like in your face one wall of noise. Like there's
Yeah.
actually some instrumentation there, and there's a
hmm
little bit of like experimentation. There's some complexity. That's the key. There's a little bit of
There's,
complexity that you don't find in some of the other bands on this list with Fugazi. And I feel
yeah.
like they were one of the first ones to be able to rope complexity in with that like rawness, which is hard. That's kind of a hard thing to manage. But we're gonna go Stooges.
It's almost like a melodic hardcore.
Yeah. Okay, Stooges. Next up, Mike, we have Misfits up against Black Flag.
This is
Another heartbreaker, dude. These matches are brutal.
this is so painful. I mean,
Oh.
again, I feel like this is another one of anybody watching the channel knows probably what my pick is going to be. My pick is the Misfits. I'm just going to get it right out there, right off the bat. The Misfits. I'm a huge Misfits fan, huge Danzig fan. I like all the eras of the Misfits. Michael Graves era. I like it all. I do, but I love Danzig. I love Misfits, definitely. But to pass up on Henry Rollins and Black Flag, man, like I think about out like Slip It In and Black Coffee. Love that song. Love that album. But it I put Misfits on weekly. Danzig or Misfits gets played weekly. On our video recap of last year, I talked about that the Danzig represses of 1 through 4 were my favorite pick of the albums for the year, for what I thought were the best ones. I know that's not the Misfits, but obviously most of Misfits was Danzig's writing there. So I gotta go Misfits. I'm pulling Misfits on this one.
I like the pick. Heartbreaking matchup. I'm gonna go
hmm
Misfits as well.
hmm
All the same reasons. Scream was one of the first punk rock songs I ever heard in my life, and I thought it was just awesome. I'm like, this song is so cool.
Yeah.
And, they ride that line of like, they're not cartoonish. Like, they're just like, they pull off what they do, which is so hard. They just add that little bit of just niche to the genre that I love. We're going to go Misfits on this one.
So we go.
Tough. Okay, Mike, next up, Dead
Yep.
Kennedys versus Bad Religion.
I've got a strong feeling on this one. This is going to be our first tiebreaker
Oh,
because you've
no,
got
I'm
the
going to
merch
lose
on.
to this
I
one.
am.
AI is going to
I am
choose Dead
also.
Kennedys.
I am also a massive, massive Bad Religion fan. We've seen them live together. We've got to see them.
Oh,
Incredibly influential in my youth, and what I listen to today comes because of what I listened to through them. But I love Dead Kennedys. Again, they're just one that I put on so frequently.
here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get AI in on this on my phone.
Oh,
Let's see what it says.
oh.
I'm going to read it out loud. So, I'm just going to ask it, who's the better punk rock band?
I think you're gonna lose.
If we're talking overall impact, consistency, songwriting depth, and longevity, I'd give the edge to Bad Religion.
Wow.
Yes.
What
Yes.
a heartbreaker. I would never have
Oh,
guessed that. It's because you used your AI that has your searching
no.
engine and your algorithm built into it. That's what it is. That's what it
That's
is.
just the fakest news I've ever heard. Bad
I
Religion
call
moves.
shenanigans.
Bad Religion moves on. Yes, what a
Oh man. I'm
win.
not upset about it. I love Bad
That's
Religion.
true.
I'm
I
not
mean, it's
upset
not a
about it.
feel bad like dropping Rancid
Yeah.
round one. That's a feel bad. Descendants up against Minor Threat. I'm going Descendants. I'm a big Descendants fan. Minor Threat. So my big thing against Minor Threat is they never released an official album, not a full length album.
Just four EPs, two
And some
EPs that
singles.
became an album that isn't really, it's a compilation
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah. Yeah.
And not that that is bad. What they released was really good stuff. I'm not taking anything away from them, but for some reason, to me, if you don't, as a band, release an album like an official full length album, it's tough to then put you in the next phase of what we're talking about. I'm not
I
at all
agree.
saying they weren't influential. Singer went on to get Fugazi, who obviously did really well, and we've already talked about them. So for me, it's
hmm
Descendants.
Yeah, I can't disagree with anything you said there. Again, love Minor Threat. But I got to go Descendants and the inspiration that they had on so many other bands that I listened to and grew up on. It really comes from that. And I look at how awesome, Milo is just as a person and what he's done, professor and an incredibly intelligent,
Yeah.
person. So it's like I like them.
Yep.
I like the music they make. Their first four albums are incredible. We've got, I mean, you could essentially put all into that category as well, although that didn't have Milo in the band at the time. But it's essentially the Descendants minus him. I have to go Descendants as well. I
Yeah.
think that's as much as I hate saying it's an easy choice against Minor Threat because it's not, because they're so good. I got to go Descendants.
Oh my God! Another back-breaking one right here. The Damned versus Buzzcocks.
I know I mentioned them earlier, and I made a comment about them because there was a debate on me cutting them from this list when we were having to narrow our names down. But I actually think in this pairing, I think I do put Buzzcocks over the Damned. Strawberries is an incredible album, but I got to go Buzzcocks. We'll
Yeah,
say Buzzcocks.
Buzzcocks being like the blueprint for one of my favorite styles of punk rock, that melodic punk rock,
hmm
pop punk before it ever existed. Buzzcocks for me is like the foundational band for all the ones I love the most now. So it's gonna have to be Buzzcocks for me as well.
Yeah, I think that's the play.
All right, round two, folks. Mike, start us off. Circle Jerks versus Bad Brains.
Again, I don't want to jump on the same thing I said before, but this one's kind of an easy one for me, as much as I absolutely do love the Circle Jerks. You and I have seen them live. Again, another
Yep.
band we saw live together.
Yeah.
But I have to go Bad Brains. I listen to them so often. Bad Brains is it for me. They brought something to a genre that like really no one else had, and they get those bonus points for it. So I got to go Bad Brains.
This one is tough for me. This one is like this. I'm not as big as a Bad Brains fan as you are. I like them quite a bit. I agree with everything you said. I think
hmm
Bad Brains just does more for me when I listen to them. That's kind of the key, right?
Yeah.
The Circle Jerks, they hit you hard, they hit you fast. They got 1 minute songs. I want to say their first album was like 16 minutes long with like 15 songs or something like. And that's cool. That is what the genre is about, right? Just like coming in hot. But I just get more from a listening experience from Bad Brains. So we're gonna go Bad
Yeah,
Brains over Circle Jerks. That's tough. These are just such legendary bands. It's just pure pain.
it is.
Clash versus the Stooges. Battle of the Foundational Titans.
Interesting.
I'm going to start
Wow,
us
what a
off
tough one.
here. I think I got to go Clash on this one again for all the reasons we mentioned before, which is they just kind of have it all as a package. The
Mm,
variation, the foundation, the big hit in the self-titled track, London Calling. And that's not to say that the Stooges don't have those things, but I just don't think they have them to the degree that the Clash has it. I'm going with Clash on this one.
This is probably of all of our lists coming up on this tier, this is probably the toughest one for me.
This next one is going to be gnarly. But
don't even look at it. Ahead. You're making me look at the next.
Don't even look at it. Clash and Stooges. I'm still
contemplating this one. Probably Clash as well.
It's close, dude.
As much as I don't want to,
dude.
I can put here's where I'm leaning on this one. I can put the Clash on at a party with people that don't listen to punk rock, and people will enjoy it.
Yeah. I agree.
Can't necessarily. The Stooges are much more abrasive and raw.
Yep.
It doesn't have the same playability in all areas as the Clash is, and to me, I think that's what edges it out a little bit. Is the fact that I can put the Clash on for anyone. And like I said earlier, it's a band that if someone's like, "Hey, I want to listen to punk rock. What should I start with?"
Yep.
The Clash is a really good entry point.
Oh, for sure.
For the genre to get people to go, "Oh, I understand what this is. It's got a little bit of everything in it." I'm going to go Clash as well.
The one thing I will say about the Stooges versus the Clash is that I think I get more from putting the Stooges on. And maybe it's because I've heard the Clash so much that it's like kind of, and I just listen to the Stooges less, that nowadays maybe the Stooges are just a little bit more intriguing to me. But I will give that to the Stooges. Is I think nowadays if I put them both on, I'll probably reach for Stooges first, Clash second. But you just can't deny the pillar of the Clash. So, on the way to work, it's the Stooges. On the weekend drive, it's the Clash.
Yeah, right. You're choosing chaos on your way to work if you're picking some raw power on the way to work.
Next up is an absolute backbreaker. The Misfits versus Bad Religion. I'm going Bad Religion. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat.
We're going to disagree on this one.
I
love Bad Religion. Incredible band, but Misfits for me, is my jam.
Tell you what, I'll choose a different one. I'll go with Grok on this one instead of ChatGPT. So
I mean, it has to be Misfits. It has to be.
I think it's going to go Bad Religion.
That happens.
It's close, but I pick Bad Religion as the better band overall. Longevity and consistency, lyrics and depth. I will say the
lyrics are incredible.
Lyrically, it's not even close. I think Bad Religion is the best lyrically on this whole bracket by a mile, I think.
Lyrically, in the sense that he knows how to really use a thesaurus, unlike anybody else. Absolutely. Danzig was the king of writing catchy, short tunes. But when you look at the actual vocabulary, Bad Religion they're just so unlike anybody else. I don't know any band really that I've ever had to Google so many words as to what he just said. And they hit that category. So all right,
I love that. All right, Descendents versus Buzzcocks, a backbreaker. Oh my God!
Again, this is an easy one for me.
Is it easy?
I got the autographed Descendents poster sitting behind me.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I'm a Descendents guy. I always have been, always will be. For many reasons, I would put the Descendents on over Buzzcocks any day. If I had to keep one album and get rid of another one, I would keep Descendents over it. The playability, I've never stopped listening to them. Buzzcocks come on when it's, I'm looking for something different. So for me, it's Descendents.
I agree with you. I typically lean towards American punk rock over British punk rock. And I notice when I listen to Buzzcocks, that's my only knock against them, is sometimes it's a little British sounding. I know that might sound kind of weird, but Descendents for me as well. They're just incredible. We're getting down to it here. I didn't think it was going to end up with these as the last four, but I'm not disappointed. So let's take a step back and look at the top four. Bad Brains, The Clash, Bad Religion, Descendents. That is an incredible set
Very solid.
Of punk rock
Very
bands.
Solid.
Incredible. You look at what these four bands have done. You look what they bring to the table. You look at the history. It's all there. We haven't missed. Ramones going out in round one. Brutal. Sex Pistols going out in round one. Wild. Rancid. Round One, insane. Black Flag, insane. I mean, these are huge bands.
Every one of these bands is arguably somebody's favorite
Oh, for
of all
sure.
time.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Mike, talk to me about Bad Brains versus The Clash.
That's a big one, and a very tough one. Man, Bad Brains and The Clash. I'm gonna go Bad Brains again. It's just me. It's me. It's personal preference. It's me, and the variety. You know, when I can get a fast-paced hardcore song followed up by a groovy reggae song right after, I'm just like, you've got me. You've got like two of my favorite things mashed into one. It's a mashup unlike anyone else, and I don't think anybody else has ever done it like them since them. Now, I know you need the Clash to have Bad Brains because there's a level of,
yeah, we get that,
like ska and reggae that's in the Clash, because that's where they got their music and feel from, you know, in England in that time frame. That's kind of what inspired these bands. But I have to go Bad Brains. And it's tough.
Now
tough for me to say that.
You know, if I go The Clash, the AI monster's coming for you.
You're probably going to win, but we'll see.
I'm not going The Clash to spite you.
You don't listen to Bad Brains like I do.
I don't.
I don't. I honestly, if I was looking at this picking which one would you pick, I would think that you would pick The Clash over it. In fact, fun fact, you introduced me to The Clash. The first time I ever heard The Clash was you showing it to me a long time ago.
I'm going to go with The Clash only because it feels criminal. Let's see what AI has to say.
I have to drink while I'm waiting for this.
This is for number 2.
Yeah.
Of all time. The Clash slightly edges out as a better punk rock band overall. Oh, it's just a heartbreaker.
I'm not surprised. Sure, if you look at the numbers of streams in
it's got to be
The Clash has got to be beating Bad Brains.
I think London Calling has 250 million on it.
Yeah.
On YouTube Music. Why The Clash? Innovation and range. I agree with that.
I do. Yeah.
Legacy and acclaim. All right.
You can go to Target and buy a Clash t-shirt. You can't buy a Bad Brain shirt. So,
that's true.
You know,
I feel like I'm betraying the genre, though, because I feel like, again, this is something I've struggled with, is the brand, right? So Sex Pistols, Ramones, The Clash. Their brand has gotten so big, it seems anti-punk rock. Like you said, you can go to Target. You can go to Target and buy the Clash shirt.
Buy Ramones, Sex Pistols.
Yeah, that's not punk rock. I'm going to make a last-minute change based on that alone and go Bad Brains because the Clash wouldn't stand for it. We're going Bad Brains.
Really? Okay. All right. I'm not going to argue.
Punk rock needs it's the underdog.
Yeah.
It's the underdog. That's what punk rock needs. I'm going to open up a
fresh... the wild card. You pulled the wild card.
I pulled the wild card. I'm going to do the Barry Monkey for this last two. Bad Religion versus Descendents.
Religion versus Descendents.
I know who I'm going with. I think this might be my first loss on AI. I'm going Bad Religion. Descendents are incredible. They've had a great run on this bracket. I don't want to take anything away from this band. All of these bands are just, you can't have the genre without them. Let's be very clear. I'm wearing the shirt. I'm wearing the hat. My favorite punk rock band of all time. You could say Descendants, and Bad Religion's had a great run. I won't fault you for it.
I think I'm going to say Descendants again. That's just what my gut's saying. That's
fair.
It's like, and it's tough because I look at the memories that you and I have on Bad Religion.
Well, thanks for putting those into nothing. I love that for us. How am I going to recover? So upset I can't see straight.
But I really like Descendants, and not only do I like Descendants, I look at some of my favorite bands of all time are around because of the Descendants. Like, you needed them to have the other bands, and it's tough. And to me, I think that's what edges it out on that one, is just the fact of the inspiration they had on bands like NoFX and Blink-182 and things like that, where they kind of have that melodic skate punk feel.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're incredible. Now, for those of you at home, Mike's favorite band of all time is Blink-182. Tom, on the latest tour, had a Descendants sticker next to the Bad Religion sticker on his guitar.
Right. And here we are.
So I'm going to ask ChatGPT this time, who is the better punk rock band? My lean overall, Bad Religion.
Wow.
Oh
I
my!
mean,
Let me see. So okay. This is funny because ChatGPT. This is a brutal matchup because they represent two different peaks of punk rock. Descendents are foundational, melodic hardcore pop punk. Bad Religion are more complete and consistent overall.
they're winning on the consistency side.
I mean, every album's amazing. They don't have one bad one. You know the rules. Bad Religion. And now Descendants getting to number 4, top 4.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
that's a
I'm not
great
upset
run.
about it.
That's a great run for them.
I'm not upset about it.
Now, before we talk about Bad Brains and Bad Religion,
Yeah.
the two bads. Before we get too bad with ourselves here,
You're right. I didn't even put that together. Bad and bad. Yeah.
let's talk about Descendants versus the Clash. I think it's got to be Clash.
If it was Descendants versus the Clash, if it came down to Descendants versus Clash would get it. Yeah.
So that
Yeah, I'd
puts
agree with that.
Descendants at 4, Clash at 3. Mike, lead us off. Bad Brains versus Bad Religion.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna just die on this hill here, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say Bad Brains. And there's probably just a strange personal bias that's happening right now. I've been in a major Bad Brains kick for I don't know,
You
2
have
years
been.
now straight.
I get it.
And I really think that this is all stemming from that. So for everyone in here that wants to roast me on the fact that I keep saying Bad Brains over all these other bands, I think that's the only reason why. I've just had an affinity for them over the last couple of years. I've just had a new ear to listening to them. They've been hitting in all the right places for me, and I can't stop listening to them. And it's tough because Bad Religion has some of just No Control. There's just so many albums of theirs that are just so
Suffer, Against the Grain,
Recipe for Hate.
Recipe for Hate, Stranger Than Fiction, the 90s albums. Oh my God.
Yeah. There's so many incredible albums from them that
Process
it's really,
of Belief, Descent of Man.
If you asked me a couple years ago in the same matchup, I'd probably say Bad Religion. In today's current state,
that's fair.
So I'm going to put my stamp on Bad Brains. You're going to say Bad Religion. I know it, but you can let me know why.
Let me make the case, okay? And you're right. I am. I got the
You
hat
got
and
it
the
on.
shirt. I'm going to make the case for Bad Religion for number 1, and here's what it boils down to. They've been around since 82. That was their first album. So they have the longevity. It's not like they get, their popularity came in the late 80s, 90s, right? And the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games kind of revived that. Okay. So it's not like they haven't been around. They've been around since 82. So they have the foundation. Yep. I think what they've done is they have perfected the genre, which is the consistency portion to their catalog. Their formula is punk rock perfection in the sense that, so they come at you really fast and really hard, kind of like the Buzzcocks are going to do, and they have the melodic sense that the Descendents have. They have that edge to them, that political fight to them that some of the, like maybe Sex Pistols and Clash have. They're taking and Black Flag, of course, and Dead Kennedys. They're taking the best of these things and they're boiling it down into what they give you as a listener. And I think it is a perfect representation of the formula that takes the best of this list and gives it to you.
What year did you say Bad Religion?
82 was their first album.
Bad Brains' first album was 82, founded in 77. So
they were definitely, Bad Religion was definitely not founded.
We're talking right within the same time frame here.
Yep.
Opposite coast too, right? Bad Religion's West Coast, right?
Yes. Yep.
And Bad Brains East Coast.
Yep.
So we've got battle of the coasts here.
Yeah.
As well.
Now, granted, both of these bands, if you put a gun to my head, I think I would have said wouldn't have made it to 1 and 2. If someone said, at the beginning of this, I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, if I had to guess.
I wouldn't have guessed. Now remember, and again, folks, we randomized the list. We didn't see it before we popped it up, and we just went with it. So some of these were, and I actually really liked how it turned out. Some of them were tough. We're gonna get roasted for Ramones and Sex Pistols dropping off, but that is what it is. Okay, number one.
Yeah, not how I would have expected it to go. But again, this is also part of our opinion, not
Yes,
necessarily
yeah, exactly.
who we think is the most influential. This would be very different if we went off of who we think is the most influential
Yep.
punk band of all time.
We have a biased lens to this. So
Yeah,
pick
absolutely.
the better punk rock band to win them all: Bad Brains or Bad Religion. Bad Religion edges it out as the better band overall.
I was going to say the same thing. Same thing you said before. I disagree.
Bad Brains, absolute pioneers. Bad Religion, refined melodic hardcore with smart philosophical lyrics.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, listen, Bad Brains making it to number 2, very good. Bad Religion
Yeah,
getting number
yeah.
1, absolutely what I wanted to see, what I know all the people watching wanted to see. As I just get absolutely flamed in the comments.
Oh, man.
Folks, Bad Religion number 1. We got Bad Brains number 2. Clash
There it
number
is.
3. Descendants number 4. Put in your comments. Give us your top 4. And should we do this again? We were thinking about doing this again with some of the next kind of tier, the No Effects, Offspring, Types, Green Day, Blink-182, all those.
Yeah.
Should we do it? Did you like this? Put your top 4 in the
Should we
comments.
do other genres?
Yeah, other genres. Should we do? You know, I love prog rock. I could do that all day. Classic
Yeah.
rock, Led Zeppelin, Queen, Rolling Stones, The Who. I mean, we could do this all day. It's fun for
I
us,
think we
right?
should.
Especially
I
when we
think
have a few
should.
drinks with us.
This was a lot of fun.
Folks, thanks for sticking with us to the end. We'll catch you on the
you.
next one. Be well. Take care.
Thank you.